Hey, welcome to Minions and Misfits, the family-friendly, off-kilter, real-play tabletop RPG podcast, where, instead of playing as your archetypal heroes, we assume the roles of common grunts and monsters. My name is Sam, and I will be your narrator today because we are currently playing Babes in the Woods 2nd Edition, which is written by Adam Vass and illustrated by Kim Nguyen. And so if you've not yet purchased or read that, I highly recommend you do so. It's on Tabletop RPG, and there's probably a website for it too. But look that up, Babes in the Wood 2E or 2nd Edition. Anyway, I am here along with my players Cam.
Yo.
Dylan.
What's up?
And Rebecca.
Hello there.
And so we're all playing different kind of... Well, why don't you introduce your characters for us, guys?
I am playing as Puddles the turtle.
Oh, yeah.
I am Jake in the Box, more commonly referred to as Jake.
I am playing Muffin, the 8-ish-year-old little girl. Her nickname, just so you don't get confused, it's very different from her normal name. Her nickname is Muffins, with an S.
Which we will frequently switch back and forth between.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Maywood. When last we left off, you guys had just left the town of Mayfield. You see, the town of Mayfield, while rich in proteins and probably even vegetables, was extremely poor in sugars and other confectionaries. And so, as you tried to convince the local toy maker, Hank Boppet, to make you guys different accoutrements, whether it's a toy for your catfish, which is not a sentence I anticipated saying today. And I believe the toy's name was Jimothy Daisy Hammer.
That sounds right.
Coolest doll ever.
Of all time.
TM.
And then there were
Sorry,
other...
Barbie. You've lost first place. Wait
get
for
ready
the
for our
Jimothy
blockbuster
Daisy
next
Hammer
year.
movie. But then we can do a crossover. Can you imagine?
Oppenhammer.
Oppenhammer.
Barb Oppenhammer.
Anyway, you guys, with the help, admittedly, of what appears to be the rot, did get some sort of sugar or honey to sweeten up your confectionery.
Talk about that?
You certainly can in character. That being said, you did what you came to do, and you did manage to get sweets out to the town, even if you did do it in a less than desirable fashion. You are now currently floating down the river atop your slippery but semi-comfortable catfish friend, Les, who is currently wearing a bandana. And how is he holding the action doll?
I figured
With
it was
his
I was just
fin.
kind of tucked under
him.
one of his fins.
I figured it was tied to him around his bandana.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. At first, he had it under one of his fins, but after going in circles for like 2 minutes, you guys realized
Oh yeah,
that
he needs
maybe
that.
tying it to him was the better idea. Yeah. And he's been swimming east for, about an hour now, and you can't see anything around you but fog. And as the sun begins to set, there's no sign of the shore.
Oh. Hey,
You
Les.
guys.
Yeah.
You know how you can't swim the entire time always?
Yeah.
You want to set us down somewhere?
You feel like the body beneath you shift as he looks to the left, looks to the right, looks to the left, looks to the right.
Les? Did you lose the land?
No, yes, I don't know.
Don't lie to me, Les.
I don't know. I don't know.
Puddles has been swimming alongside Les instead of riding on him, and he pokes his head out of the water. He's like, "It's okay. I kind of lost track too."
Oh dear. We're about to lose both of the humans. They're about to just collapse right
Muffin
on us.
starts sliding, just like still sitting upright to the left, like slowly
Jake
slipping towards
grabs
the water.
on, and the spring just keeps getting pulled towards you as you keep drifting.
Gets set back upright, and she's rubbing her eye as she starts drifting the other way and says, I'm sleepy. When are we gonna go to bed?
And as you see this happening on the other side, Esther's was laying down in front of her, and she begins slipping off the other side of the catfish.
Oh no!
Puddles just kind of like swims under Les to the other side and just sort of like props her back up.
I love it. Oh wait, did you
babies know how to swim, right?
Oh, for sure. Who did you say you got? Did you get Esther or did you get Muffin?
Jake got Muffin.
Yeah, I got Muffin.
Okay. Jake, can you make a Steam check for me?
I can, but I'm terrible at Steam.
Oh joy.
That's gonna be. I rolled 2 1s minus 1.
Oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Muffin.
Can we go back to the system where a natural 1 is a good thing? Real
Yeah,
quick?
let's go back to the roll under system.
This is why we play roll under systems, people.
So Puddle, you look over and you hear a plop, and you look over and you don't see anybody else on the fish except for you and Esther.
Muffin?
Les,
Les, did you suddenly feel a lot lighter?
Yeah, it feels kind of nice. Actually, Jake in the Box, you're not there either.
Oh shoot!
because you were holding on to.
Oh yeah, I was grabbing her. Am I in the
Les,
water? I can't swim. I'm a box.
If I take Esther, could you possibly rescue those two? And he sort of like kind of shuffles Esther onto his back.
And at that moment, Muffin's head pops up and she goes,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
she's
Oh,
just
good.
doggy
Everybody's
paddling.
alive.
Her hair is just like
Jake-
over her
Jake-
face, just like a spread just apart enough so she can breathe through her nose. Just all these wet curls plastered down to her, like past her chin. And she
Jake
just
has
says,
gone into
I've gone blind.
Oh no!
and as that
Jake's
happens,
in full panic mode. Just box is closed, tucked. He's on the bottom of the river floor in the box.
yeah,
Poor
you're-
boy.
the picture is like the whole screen is black except for inside the little cube,
Yeah.
and you're just like curled up in the fetal position.
Oh no!
And there's like little drops coming down from the ceiling of the box. Yeah, you're down there, I suppose. Muffin, it takes about a minute for you to get back onto the very slippery catfish. You kind of climb over onto it, then off of it, and it is it's like trying to get onto, I don't know, some really
She's
slippery
just-
thing in the water.
Gonna do that thing, if she can, where like you hold onto a pool noodle. You just kind of like kick your legs behind. You know, she's just got like her arms draped over and her head flopped on top of Les. And she's just like, I will never see the light of the sun again. Goodbye, eyesight. I'll never see lemons or grasshoppers
But Muffins.
or puddles.
Yeah.
I'll never see puddles.
Your hair is just over your eyes.
You can
One
hear
of
her
the
blink.
one of the whiskers kind of one of the whiskers of the catfish kind of wipes away your eyes and like blink.
It's a miracle. Hey, where's Jake?
Yeah, about that. He's he's down
bubbles
at the
come up
bottom of
from
the
the
river. Could you possibly hold Esther for me?
Okay, hold on. And she'll like scramble, but just kind of like whoop, spin around less like she's holding onto a lumberjack. You know,
So the
those
very slippery
logs.
catfish is going to be the next tavern in my D&D campaign. Thank you.
Sounds like the name of a children's book.
Why not both?
After a few minutes, Jake, you hear kind of a knocking on your box,
Hello?
and do you peek out to see who it is?
Absolutely not. I just say hello.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
It sounds
well,
like hello.
I guess they'll leave a message if it's important.
We pull you out, and there's a sticky note on the outside of your box.
We tried to reach you about
feel
your car's
box
extended
being-
warranty.
You feel your box being kind of pulled away.
Oh, I'm assuming this is a good thing.
Cool beans.
Oh no, our boy.
Here's hoping it's Puddles and not Octopus. You know, those river octopi, they're really a plague.
They're so dangerous.
Oh man. Okay.
Talk about an invasive species.
When you
I
go
said enough's enough.
when you near the bottom of the river, which there's got to be a better name for that I'm not thinking of it right now. The
Riverbed?
Riverbed.
Yep.
Riverbed.
Just
Puddles, you can't
around
help.
the riverbed.
It is already dark outside, and it is a very muddy bottom. Like it's a very
Good news. I'm a brightly colored box.
that
Good
somehow.
news, Puddles can see underwater because he's a turtle.
For
Good
sure.
news, I have a flashlight.
Does it work underwater?
Only one way to find out, Jake, who's not here. But I think
She
our
holds
dear
it up, and
narrator.
the batteries fall out of it into the water.
You can totally use it.
But were you painting a picture first?
Yes.
Oh, it's just very muddy and dark and deep. Deeper than most of the water that you're used to swimming in, Puddles. In fact, most of the time, this is the water where if you're out this far, that's probably a sign to turn around. Only the really experienced turtles go fishing out this deep.
Or dumb.
There's also
So as you're going down, Muffin will pull out her flashlight out of her hammer space pocket. And it's just one of those big old chonkers, those big old chonker flashlights. And she'll push the little nub thing, because it's a big old chonker, and she'll point it down into the water.
Is
And
this
she'll
like the
start
big
to
old chonker
slide
that's
and,
like the thick yellow one with the black handle, or is this
Yeah.
the chonker
Oh,
the long metal one
childhood.
that you could kill
I
someone
don't think
with?
it's a metal
Like a-
one.
like
I
a
don't
mag
think
light.
she has a metal one. I don't think
the police
she should
light.
be trusted with that.
So you've just expended one use of your flashlight because you get 3
Ooh.
uses.
Uses.
Everyone knows that if you count the uses of a flashlight, it all adds up real
Oh,
quick. You get about
absolutely.
3,700 total. I don't know how
She's
many this
definitely
one
used
has.
it before though. Like she's
Okay,
like left it on.
3,600 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else is she gonna find batteries? These batteries have been in there for months.
Years. That being said, when you get to the bottom puddle, you can't. Find no sign of a Jake in the Box.
Man, we really struggle with plurals and not plurals here.
I'm
Also
so
known as
sorry
singulars.
to our listeners who do not speak English as their first language. We are
Clearly we don't either.
worse. We're so bad at English, and we're not helping. We apologize.
Yeah, don't use this podcast to learn English.
Please, dear God, no.
I mean, maybe slang a little. But if you're listening to this podcast and it's not your first
Specifically
language,
old-timers
you're doing
50s
great.
slang.
You're doing so good. Sorry.
We believe in you.
We do.
And if you ever need
Okay,
old timey
so
50 slang, Sam has you.
I don't see Jake in the Box.
Yeah, you found me, right? That's how that works?
No,
Yeah,
you
you
didn't.
found
No,
him.
God
Everything's
dang it.
fine. The rot is gone. Everybody goes home.
guess
You
I
were able to
better,
clearly identify that there's kind of this Jake-sized like indentation in
Divot?
in the deep mud, and it seems it's been dragged off somewhere.
Oh, good. So I'm safe,
What?
right? Right? Your silence is
I guess
unsettling.
I should at least take a gander.
Oh, that's a good
please
move.
do.
Take
yes.
that gander.
Take a gander.
Take
Take
that
one
gander
heck
by the
of a
lapels
gander.
and say, "Where is Jake?"
I don't know.
Show me Jake.
I got an 11.
11.
You darn gander. That's another word for a goose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, English.
So you infer something important about the folks who live in the area. The narrator says what it is. You notice an item that piques your interest. You describe what it is. And the narrator describes how it is not quite in reach. You see someone you could help or that could help you, or you notice something dangerous that would be wise to avoid. which
I thought he
two
got
of
an
the-
11. Yeah.
you get to choose
Oh,
two
you
of
choose
those.
two.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you just succeeded.
Sorry.
So we definitely notice something dangerous.
Okay.
And notice an item, I guess like something of Jake's, like his umbrella.
yeah, his
Yeah, my
umbre-
umbrella.
You find a
when
little-
I panicked, it did not make it in.
you find a little bright umbrella parasol near the indentation, and as you reach for it, a black, long, thin shadow kind of whips out, and you kind of recoil
Octopus.
and look around, and you
river
can't see any
octopus.
side of it. And then you reach out again, and as your hand wraps around the parasol, you quickly retract it and look around, and then like scurry as fast as you can back up to the surface. There's some critters down there that you are not too keen on seeing.
Yeah, river octopus.
Right. Yeah, I would rather not see the
It's a
the
river
Mississippi Basin river octopus.
It's they call it the Mississippi Kraken.
Ooh.
Is that a real thing?
No.
As far as you know.
Just writing that as a note for later.
Mississippi Kraken.
So Puddles resurfaces holding the umbrella, and he's like, "Something got Jake. I don't know what it is."
Incredible delivery.
And
Something
with
got Jake.
that, the scene flashes to Jake.
Oh, what's up?
You hear the sound of water kind of going by the sides of your box.
Great.
And you hear
That's excellent.
you hear the low hum of
Oh, that's the song that Puddles always sings. I'm fine.
Puddles and his singing.
You know,
All the
how he always
time.
hums all the time.
make a make a
Did I mention
guess-
Jake's a moron?
What's his noodle?
make a noodle check.
My noodle?
Noodle
Zero.
check.
Noodle 0.
Nice.
It's
So just
average,
straight
below
roll.
average. Yeah,
I got, wow, a 10.
a 10.
6.
Okay, you know that is in fact not the song that Puddles likes to sing,
Oh, no.
and
It's Taylor Swift.
the sensation by which you are being dragged is not what you'd call pleasant, nor familiar.
Would one call it tentacly?
That's a great question.
Here's another question: can Jake feel things on the outside
That's
of
a
his box?
great
Yeah,
question.
I don't know how the
Oh,
physics
I don't
work.
like
I
the
don't think
implications
so.
of that.
No, I
feel
would say
like-
you don't.
The box is not me, right? I am within the box. The spring and the puffet are me.
Actually, I can answer that definitively.
It's like your shell.
You're a Jake in a box.
That's
So
correct.
You
I
are
am
a
the
Jake.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the
And
box
I'm
is-
within the box.
Yeah.
because
The box is
Puddle-
a separate living entity. No. No.
Puddles
symbiotic relationship.
Turtles like Puddles can definitively feel things through on their shell. So they have touch
Oh.
receptors in their shell.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna say Jake does not.
I
Jake
think
does not.
it's fair to say you can feel pressure. Like you're very attuned to things. Like if something hits your shell, I mean your box, you know it right away.
It's like a shoe. Like if they press on the shoe, I'm gonna feel that. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess you feel around on the sides, and you feel something is wrapped around four sides of the cube, leaving the
Is
bottom
my
and the
emergency
top.
hatch that I newly had installed available?
It is.
Ooh. I'm gonna. Am I still underwater? Do I feel like I'm
you're
underwater still?
It from what you can tell, you're about half submerged. It's
Okay,
very
I'm gonna-
leaky towards the bottom.
I'm gonna out the bottom.
Into the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I
doesn't
love
need
it.
to breathe.
Doesn't need
Yeah,
to
I don't
breathe.
need to breathe. I'll just be wet and soggy.
Okay, you do that, and you begin dropping down into the dark water. At this point,
This may have been a mistake.
Wait, did you like leave the box? You're just poking out the box, right?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
like
you're
looking.
poking.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not ejecting.
Oh, okay. Yes, you are like
Not
being-
yet, at least.
You are being dragged behind, and you're
do I
gaining
see?
weight. You see a long, thin creature dragging your box across the surface of the water.
It's the Mississippi Kraken. Oh man,
That's no kraken.
are you Les's cousin?
Are you currently still underwater?
You
Oh,
have
yeah,
to do
shoot.
an underwater voice.
And it
That was
stops.
incredible.
That was
It
really
stops,
good.
and you just see like a head poke up, a long, thin head with a neck that seems to be attached to the body. with a little hat on top.
Well, hello.
And you feel yourself being raised up, and you just hear a, "Well, hey there," and you come face to face with a black snake.
Not a snake.
Yes.
It's the rattler.
I'm done. At this point, I think it's only appropriate that you gain 1 fear.
Yeah, no,
seeing-
that tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. That being
Wait,
said,
you're scared of snakes, aren't you? That's your fear.
Yup.
Oh, dang.
let's go back to our other pairs of misfits. Puddles, Muffin, Esther, and Les. You are currently searching furiously around, but it's pretty clear that something or someone has taken your dear friend Jake.
Off in the distance, you hear a waterlogged scream as I realize I'm being carried by a snake.
Make a mush check, I guess. No, not mush. Yeah, mush. No.
Mush? What do we
There's
roll?
mush.
DM?
There's mush, noodle,
Mush,
and
mush,
steam.
or mush?
Yeah.
Steam. Let's see how much literal steam you have.
But
in
I
your
have a
small
-1 to steam.
Well,
Before he
Because I'm just a little
screams,
felt boy.
I imagine the other crew, while you're rolling that, are like looking around. Muffin's got her flashlight and she's calling out, "Jake!" And Puddles is like poking his head up and down, and we're just like looking around the area.
I got 2 + 3 - 1, so 4.
oof.
You just hear.
He makes that sound. You do not hear it.
Yeah,
All I
from
can
however
hear
far
are
away I am.
frogs.
And cicadas.
Yeah, lots of cicadas.
You know, they sound like that.
Boy. I'm in real deep doo-doo now.
Deep Banthabudu.
We just like can't hear anything over the cicadas, and Puddles like pulls up to one of the trees with a giant cicada sitting on it. He's like, "Excuse me, but could you keep it down for just a second?"
It just stops.
And then the tree sinks into the water because I don't think we've been able to find the shore.
Right,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And it's even creepier.
We've stumped him.
Quick, somebody say something to win the game.
Win the game.
I
Do it.
escaped
Do
the
it now.
snake.
I win the game.
Oh no.
I escaped the snake.
How do you want to escape the snake?
I charm it with a flute.
It. What the? He's just going through different instruments, just pulling them out of his box like a clown.
Does this
car.
one work? Does this one charm you? I've seen
And
this in
it's just-
cartoons. One of these has to work.
It's just swinging
Starts
you around, and
harmonica.
you notice that it's missing one of its little fangs.
Is it in my
and
box?
And it's wearing a little straw hat. Well, ain't you
Like
the
a straw
cutest
boater hat?
thing?
I have been told that. Yes.
I love this snake.
Where did you? Where's baby?
What?
So
I mean,
I
I
was
don't really
with,
know you.
I was with some other people.
Oh. And where are they? And he kind of bares one of his fangs.
Well, I don't like the way you're giving me that little smile there, friend, but they were where you found me, except higher, above the water.
Hey, Anthra! And you hear one other voice go, yeah? He says there are more people! Oh, goody! Plunk. And you just hear another snake
Plunk.
go into the water.
So you want to take me back to them, or?
Nah. And you feel the sensation of flying through the air as you are flung
Oh,
from
no.
the snake's tail onto some sort of surface, which is nice.
I braced myself.
You don't take any damage. It's not a
Okay.
damaging throw.
I braced myself real good.
You do that.
Back
And
to the
you,
box.
and you land on something hard and cold.
I found shore.
Huh.
I poke out of the box. Is this shore?
And you still feel the sensation.
Is there shore?
Oh,
poked
it's
my
just
head
short.
out.
You
Is
poke
this
your
short?
head out, and you notice that you're still feeling the same sensation that you did while you were riding less, or when you were on the dock, and that is that you're still kind of rocking back and forth. And you look,
I miss
and
Lane.
you poke your head out, and you see a little face, a round, pale, lifeless face, looking back at you
Like a dead body?
like a doll body.
Ooh. I hate everything about this. And I go back in my box.
I love it. Back to our friends. What are you guys doing?
I feel like I might have something to help.
Someone come console me.
Can I try reaching out? One of my special moves as a woods child. When you need to find someone in the woods to assist in your journey or with a task, roll plus noodle.
Do it.
All right, 2d6s.
2d6s.
I'm going to use this super tiny d6.
Yes, baby D6.
Itty bitty baby. It's very hard to roll it with another one because it'll just fall out of my hand. Here we go. Ooh, that's a 4 and a 6. So that's an 11 total with my +1.
Nice.
On 10 plus, you know someone who could help and where they might be.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
know of
extremely convenient.
2 people who can help. One resides in a bug in your pocket.
Ooh.
And the other one is a rather obnoxious
Rude.
bird who tends to traverse the river.
Oh, we got to get him.
Gosh, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name?
Quentin.
Quentin. Muffin, as they're like swimming around and looking, she's going to stop and think for a moment. She's going to look
Muffin's
down at her
like-
pocket. Real quick, if she looks in her pocket where she put the boppet she stole, is it gone?
No, it's still there.
Interesting, interesting. She's going to close that pocket back up, and then she's going to point the flashlight at the sky and start flashing it and say, Quentin, are you out there? Is
Start
it past
spelling
your
out Morse code.
bedtime? Tick, 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 tick.
And
I'm going to
after-
signal SOS, and she just starts wiggling it around to draw SOS in the sky.
and after a few moments, you just kind of like hear the flapping of wings, and then a large heron sits down on your catfish, and you hear a voice say,
What a sentence.
"Now, who here was signaling that they made lasagna?
I'm sorry, I don't have any lasagna.
Well, then why did you signal about it? Hello there, by the way."
Hello. You were really helpful before, and we lost Jake, and it's dark, and it's wet, and we can't find him. Could you help us? Then maybe we could
Maybe
find
for some
you
lasagna.
some lasagna?
At this point, midway through the conversation, Puddles is just like, "Oh, hey, Quentin."
At this
Oh
point,
yeah, birds. Everybody's fears are showing up.
okay, Cam, can Puddles please make a face your fear check? And whereas I think he's giving you the stink eye a little bit for multiple reasons, Muffin. So make a
Namely
friend
that
check.
you're racist.
Technically, Puddles' fear is birds of prey, like hawks.
That's true. But we have established herons do eat turtles.
It's true.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna count it.
Facing my fears.
Okay, so which
Do
I'm making a
herons eat
make a friend
snakes?
check.
Yeah, I don't feel like your fear is like just general birds of prey as like a species. You're like birds that will attack and eat you is your fear, you know? In my mind.
Fair enough.
Which does
I
include
got
large
a-
enough ones, I
Although
imagine.
I think it'd be really funny if you weren't afraid of herons, even though they're actually dangerous. You're afraid of hawks that don't actually attack turtles. Like,
Right.
um,
He's a turtle, not a genius.
yeah. But no, I think it makes more sense though for him to be afraid of his natural predators. that
His
sound-
actual natural predators. Yeah.
I just googled
Well,
it.
I
Herons do in fact
rolled-
eat snakes.
I rolled
I
with
figured.
disadvantage. So I got my fear gets the best of me. Well, it says this is supposed to happen when I use another action, is when I would face my fears.
Well, I guess in this situation, you just probably are not very responsive in this conversation. Is that fair?
Yeah, that seems like he's like that's kind of what I was going for. Is like he's not. It's not that he missed Quentin showing up. Is
He's
they sort of
acknowledging.
like sarcastically saying hey to Quentin.
What's up, buddy?
All right. Do you have any fear yet? I feel like this would have probably instilled some fear. Unless you already got...
Well, I do not
Birds
have any
swooping
more.
down from the sky.
Yeah,
So I'll mark one.
I'll give you one fear for that.
On a dark, foggy night.
What did you roll, Muffin?
I rolled a 10 plus mush is 11 for make a friend.
They respond well to your friendly advances. I don't like that phrase. Choose one of these options. They give you
Friendship.
a gift.
Advance!
They tell you important information, or you gain one wish.
I think what we're looking for here is important information.
Oh, gotcha.
Though I would love a wish. I feel like that's what she's looking for.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that situation, you explain what's happening, and he kind of chooses to take his own little gander, and he flies around a little bit. And
It's funny because he's a bird.
yeah,
Hee hee.
hee hee, ha. And he lands back on Les in a moment, and he says, "Ah, now I see what happened. Your friend there got captured by some river snakes."
You said that so nonchalantly.
Snakes?
River snakes.
The worst kind of snake.
At least it's not a river octopus. Those are even worse.
Well, there's good news and bad news in this situation. Which would you prefer to hear first?
Can you make it a sandwich with good news, bad news, good news?
He looks very grave. All right. The first piece of good news. I just shifted into the southern. I'm
Yeah,
just thinking
yeah,
of the
yeah.
character. All right. Okay. Sorry.
Voices are hard.
Now the first
Voices
piece of
are
good news
hard.
is this: river snakes are dumb. Very dumb.
Just like
But-
Jake.
Bad news is they're also venomous.
Ah!
The additional piece of good news is I had a tuna sandwich for lunch.
Oh,
You wanted another piece of good news? That's all I have.
that's pretty good.
The good news is I found a recipe for lasagna.
They're
bad
venomous
news is
snakes,
I don't know
but
how to
they are in
cook.
fact dumber than their land cousins.
Oh man. Which way is he?
And he points you northwest. Sorry.
The other one.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to want to help us save him, would you?
I'd really love to, but unfortunately, I do have other things to attend to. I am a boat ride after all, but I will give you this crucial other piece of information. They are dumber than their land cousins, but equally venomous, but they have a deep fear of opera music. Don't ask me how I know.
I just want to know what kind of circumstance this information would pop up in.
He hears this from a distance. I told you, don't ask me how I know. And he kind of flaps away. All right, well, y'all.
Jake is never leaving his box again, by the way.
Peace
I am
out,
just firmly
y'all.
in here.
Jake, you feel kind of a warm liquid surround your box.
Oh, no.
It's okay, Ezra. We'll just melt him out.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
You do know that wood is flammable, right?
Oh. Yeah, get some wood. We can use that to make a fire.
That's not what I... Oh.
You're in an aluminum box, though. You're not in a wood box.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that
why I was
aluminum has a
able-
very high melting point, right?
We're going to need more wood.
Jake's just like, stop helping me.
Wait, why am I doing this?
So after a few moments, you guys travel over, and you see what looks like just a floating pyramid on the water. As you see just a pile of junk, just like a mountain of junk floating on the water, with several small snakes kind of swiveling and going around it, including some who are actually in the water. And one more who's sitting on what looks to be kind of a ruined lawn chair, playing the banjo.
Wait,
Amazing.
wait. How does the snake play the banjo?
He
With
kind
his
of
tail.
curls.
Don't worry about
He
it.
curls up parts of his tail and kind of like does that.
And he presses down on the frets with his neck.
Oh man, what a
I mean, I've
good
never seen him
image.
playing super well, but
That's a great image, though. Oh man.
Such a good image. Painting a
Hey,
beautiful
what?
picture.
What do you want with a little felt boy anyway?
who's the little fat boy?
I'm the little felt boy that you kidnapped.
I imagine that you're like poking out of the box to have this conversation, and whenever they draw near, you're just pulling back into it. Well, we gotta have our deliveries made. You see?
For felt boys?
Oh, of course, felt boys, glass dolls, shoes, guacamoles,
Where do you deliver them to?
fishes, logs, rocks.
That's an
Pearls?
extensive list.
He starts rattling off random junk.
May I, from the outside of this pile,
You,
can I take a gander to try to get an idea of what they want?
As
yes,
she's
please
doing
do.
this, I would actually like to try a scoot away roll.
Ooh.
make it with extreme disadvantage, which means roll 4 and
Okay.
take the lowest 2 because there's no.
Cool.
You are literally like the center of
Extreme.
their attention in like over what you perceive to be a boiling like fire.
So I rolled 5, 5, 4, 5, and I have -1, so 8.
8. Okay.
Nice.
So
I leave an obvious trail, I'll say. Oh no, actually, the best option here is you don't escape, but your movement catches the attention of any folks nearby because
I
they're
like
folks
that.
and they know where I am. Yeah.
yes, that. So what happens is you guys. Well, actually, what's your gander check before we go down that road?
My gander is a total of 10.
Perfect.
Ooh, man,
Which
you're rolling good
means-
tonight.
It's a bad sign.
What results would you like?
I would like to infer something important about the folks, the snakes, who live in this area as my
Okay.
first one.
What's your second one?
And then
You see someone you could help, maybe?
that's what I'm thinking. I see someone I could help,
Not
will-
for selfish
I'll-
reasons at
I'll
all,
help,
ever.
I'll
or
help
at least
you out
to
with
help them, deceive them, to get them to give me Jake.
with his role. You do see Jake, so you don't have to make that part of
Ooh.
your success.
Okay.
So
Then-
what is your other part?
I was trying to wait, are you saying that's like who I can help? Because I was thinking more like a snake that I could help. But yeah.
A chorus of oohs and ahs.
Okay, let me
And
think about
doors
this
slamming
one.
in the
So
background.
you're taking a gander. You're saying who you can help.
And also something important about these snakes. I'm thinking, what can I do for them, or give them, or make them think I can do or give to get Jake away from them?
We're looking for a trade of sorts.
Okay.
How can I fool these silly, silly snakes?
Meanwhile, Puddles is kind of still near the water with Les, and he's like, "Hey, Les,
Yes.
He forgot
how's
he
your
was less
singing
briefly.
voice?"
Non-existent.
That gives me a great idea. Puddles, get me a bit of seagrass or river grass or something like that.
Riverweed? No, that can't be
Yeah.
it.
All right. So here's here's the lowdown, folks. So to resolve what Dylan did, to resolve the situation with our dear Jake in the box, you like managed to spring out of the box and like I imagine you do the full eject where you're just like bouncing
yeah.
on a spring, and you're very quickly caught by a snake who's just like watching, and you're flung back into your box.
Oh.
Which they realize afterwards is kind of counterintuitive because they were trying to get you out of the box. Like,
We did
you
say they were
idiot!
dumb.
Why'd you put him back in the box? Oh.
You'll never get me now.
But in this, your friends who are kind of watching at a distance do see that kind of on the main platform, because there are kind of several inlets and platforms on this mountain of trash. There's like a little fire going, and there's like a little pot on top of the fire. In the pot, there's like a little glistening silver cube that you recognize to be your friend. And there are several snakes around it, seemingly yelling and laughing and heckling. And then you do notice that in terms of what you infer, Muffin, you see that they're almost like junkers. There's just all sorts of unwanted, discarded, half-broken stuff that makes up this mountain. Nothing really valuable. Every once in a while, you'll see like, oh, maybe that necklace could actually be worn and pretty, but a lot of it is kind of like going through the garbage. In terms of things that would be wise to avoid, again, they're venomous snakes. In terms of someone you can help, there's not really anything like that per se. I will say that not all the snakes have their eyes on what's happening. Some of them are just messing around. You get a feeling like this is their habitat as well as their place of business.
Okay. Muffin is gonna take this bit of grass that was acquired for her by Puddles, and she's gonna do that thing where she puts it between her hands, and she manages to make the little like flute sound. That's a thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
I've never been able to do it. Little whistle.
Boy Scouts, you can do it.
Nice.
There's not a performance check in this. Make a cause mischief check.
Yeah.
Plus steam. Oh no. That's the thing I'm bad at. That's an 8.
An 8.
It's not bad.
All right. Something goes awry. You manage to affect your target, but an unintended side effect puts one or more of the kids in peril. Describe what goes wrong, and the narrator will describe the new danger.
Okay.
Well, she just got the attention of like half a dozen
Every snake.
snakes.
Yeah.
She's blows her little whistle, and she takes a deep breath, and she's trying to like sing a little tune and play a little whistle to go with the banjo. But as she does, one of the snakes that's over with Jake like kind of gets into it and pushes him like the top of his box down towards the fire. So now there's little embers peeking towards the inside of his box as Muffin just sings, "Oh, I'm a singing singer, so here I go, singing, 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 all the way I go. I'm just singing wherever I go." What's the next line? I don't know. Hey!
Is she singing? She's not allowed to sing. Get her! And so several snakes just like jump into the water, and now there's only one around Jake in the box, and his eyes are on you guys. His back is turned to Jake, and he's more kind of rooting on the rest of the gang. And he's the one in the straw hat who Jake
Muffin doesn't know what opera is.
Are there various...
Neither do they.
Are there any different like angles of approach where Puddles could like get around the snakes that are approaching them and get towards the
it's
the
3D
pot?
chess, man. There's left, right, but also underwater.
It's true. He's going to dip down under the water and go like down underneath the snakes and then up to get towards the last snake. And he's just gonna like tap the snake on its shoulder, ?
It turns around like and looks astonished.
He says, "Figaro."
And I hear him and I chime in, Figaro?
Oh, Figaro!
Figaro.
They just start like seizing.
Night to say D.
Yeah! Not an aria!
I imagine Les just pokes his head out of the water and lets out this most beautiful, like, just tenor. Ah.
He starts singing what's his name? Andrea Bocelli. He just starts singing like with an Andrea Bocelli voice.
Oh my gosh, the deepest of baritones. Yeah.
Baritone, that's
And
it.
several of the snakes begin to just like swim away, freaking out. like unsensibly so. Like there's no rhyme or reason to the direction. They're just like kind of scooting across the water.
Such an overdone aria.
Ah! You never said there'd be opera. But there is still
God darn it!
there's still one snake on the platform, kind of yelling at the others, like, "Where are you going, you idiots? It's just some music." Figaro! I said it. And then there's another one, kind of at the bottom of the platform, who's like, "I can't stand a baritone."
Can I cause mischief and try to like launch, like flip my box open to where it like smacks the snake off?
Yes.
Ooh, do brace yourself instead.
Brace myself. Okay, that works for me. Plus noodle, which is none. I got a 4 to 6, a 10 even.
Sweet. Yeah, you flip out and you send this steaming aluminum box towards the snake, and it like hits him right in the face, and he kind of tumbles down a few levels of trash, but he's still, now the two snakes are very close together.
Scramble back into my box.
You're like mocking them, but also getting back in your box before they can do anything to you.
Yeah.
I love it.
And as he does, we're just approaching with less, like still head above the water, just going, ah!
How close are these two snakes to the pot of hot water?
They're, if you were to tip the pot over, which I think is what you're thinking, you could probably, the water would probably trickle down onto them.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Boiled
yeah.
snake.
He's not really like trying to murder them with boiling water, but he does want to scald them a little bit.
Disincentivize.
Yeah. So he's just gonna like tip it over just enough to like get some of the water out.
I believe that qualifies as introducing physical calamity to a situation.
Woo!
I would agree.
It's what we do best.
Calamity and chaos.
Both Puddles and Jake in the box are like get on one side and begin to push the pot over.
So you want us to make
Down
a
in the
cause
water,
mischief with help?
Muffin
Or how do we do that?
notices
Yeah.
and says, "Back up, Les! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up!" sorry.
Cause mischief with advantage.
Okay.
Cool.
Who's rolling? You? Yeah, you roll.
Yeah, I'll roll. All right, that was a pretty good start. All right, yeah, we'll take the first one. That was a 10.
Sweet.
10?
Woo.
That'll work. You both push as hard as you can, and then the bowl kind of pops over, and you just hear a but also
It's hard to differentiate the steam from the snakes.
yeah,
It's all one big hissing sound.
and you just hear a kaplunk, and you do not see the snakes. You just see kind of a bunch of mist clearing from the water.
Steam.
Huzzah.
Swim away.
Let's get out of here, please. And I get back in my fox.
Yes, and you guys continue on down the May stream until you see in a distance a few bright lights and the sound of music.
A new city? Is it opera?
Is this opera? Do they have beds at the opera? I'm so sleepy. Are you okay, Jake?
My adrenaline is pumping,
scary.
which I don't understand because I'm a felt boy.
And we will resolve that next time. But we do have to do a quick resolve the session. So
Do felt boys have adrenaline glands? That is the question.
We need to know. The people need to know.
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let you Google that one.
Yeah. I'll be on a list somewhere.
This guy's trying to harvest adrenochrome from a doll.
He's making some sort of weird jack-in-the-box adrenal gland trap.
I will make Pinocchio
How
a reality.
devious.
All right. For our end of session, I have to go around and ask you guys questions.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So, were you all able to help someone when they were in need? Yes or no? And what
Should we
was
take
the
turns?
occasion? Yeah. Let's start with Rebecca.
Definitely.
Ladies first.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
I
Kim.
I was able to help our dear Jake.
Aw, yay. Give yourself 1 XP.
Oh boy.
Puddle?
Yeah,
Again with the
Puddles also
plurals.
had a Puddles also had a major hand in freeing
Yay.
Jake.
Look at us.
Jake,
I was able to help Puddles push a pot of boiling water on some snakes, thereby also helping me.
I don't know if I'd agree with that one.
That's an accomplishment. Look
Now,
at all
didn't
these
I- didn't
incredible
I give him
sentences.
That's an
Advantage.
accomplice. That's what that is.
That's, I mean, giving advantage is helping someone, isn't it?
He didn't necessarily need it.
I mean, it definitely helped.
You're gonna get your XP.
Thank you.
Save, not this time, but you will.
No,
in a
what?
moment, so it'll be fine.
Aw.
All right. Did someone make you laugh? Oh, did something you did make another person laugh out loud? And this is about your kid, not yourself, because you all made me laugh. Rebecca.
Did I? My mind is going blank. It's all this felt adrenaline.
I don't think you
It
did.
wasn't a very
in character. Did Muffin make
laughy
anyone
session
laugh?
in character.
Yeah, I don't think Muffin made anyone in character laugh.
No, everyone was very scared in character.
Although actually, Jake did make somebody laugh. He made the snakes laugh, but he also
Yeah.
made Quentin laugh because he kind of found it amusing.
Gosh
So
dang it,
what-
Quentin.
1 XP for Jake.
Wow.
Did
Yay.
you? No one revealed any
completes my wheel.
secrets. Yeah. No one revealed any secrets this session, right?
No.
All right. Did you come face to face with the Fiend or one of his agents? And the answer is, you all did.
We did last time, and we didn't do this after last session.
It's true.
That's true.
And last
Double
session,
XP.
Muffin did reveal the secret that she had, in fact, contacted the Rot.
Or, all right, take your 2 extra XP on top of that one.
I spending it all to get +1 to a stat.
Nice.
Do it. And then last but not least, folks, did y'all have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Folks, I hope you had a great time, and I hope that we can count on you to listen to our next episode, which is coming out next week. But in the meantime, please like and subscribe and give us a great rating on whatever podcast platform you use. That always helps us out. And if you like our podcast, tell your friends, because, the more who listen, the merrier, and we would love to, hear from you or anybody else who is enjoying our show. You can email us or contact us through any of the links in our description. But in the meantime, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
And don't forget, we're all merrier in the Maywood.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Unless we encounter snakes or river octopuses.
Yep.
But don't
Never
worry,
forget
they're
about the
not real.
Mississippi Kraken.
The rare Appalachian mud squid.
I still like
Can't hurt you,
the
it's
term
not
river
real.
squid the best.
Yeah.
It's a river
Ooh,
squid.
river squid.
All right, we will see y'all later. Bye.
Squid you
Bye,
later.
everybody.